Hello, everyone out there. My name is Pi James, and I am a Wyzant math tutor. I wanted to answer a question today that was submitted a little over a half hour ago. I know this says 28 minutes, but that was when I copy and pasted it in there probably 15 minutes ago. Anyway, I wanted to answer this question about a trig identity. So the question is, show the steps for secant of theta plus tangent of theta times secant of theta minus tangent of theta equaling 1. So we are in the realm of trigonometric identities. So first, when you're starting a trigonometric identity, I suggest you just take a look at it. And, the solution's all sort of like written out right here in the lower right of the screen. And you can just go over that if you want. But if you want me to walk you through it, I'm going to do that right now. So first, write out the problem. You want to solve from the left side and get to the right-hand side. And that's usually the best way to do this anyway. You want to go from the more complex side and simplify it to the less complex side, the simpler side. The thought seems to flow more naturally that way. So we start off the more complicated side, and there's really only two options we have here. One is to turn all the secants and tangents into sines and cosines. But first, before you do that, what can we do that's simpler? And well, this just tells us what we want to do is just multiply. There's an implied multiplication here, so let's do that. We're going to FOIL, and we get secant times secant is going to give us the secant squared. The secant times the negative tangent is going to give us the negative secant tangent. We're going to do these tangent times the secant, which you can write as secant tangent because you can switch them because of the commutative property of multiplication in mathematics. And then positive tangent of theta and negative tangent of theta give you negative tangent squared when multiplied. So these little doozies here, these guys are going to cancel out, which is nice. They just sort of go away because, let's make it, what color? No? Yeah, let's make it red. So this cancels out, boop, and this cancels out, boop, giving us secant squared of theta minus tangent squared of theta. Now, this is trig identities, so you must know your identities. There's some big ones that they teach you along the way. The big Pythagorean identity is sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta equals 1. This one is very, very big, so I'm going to make it very, very big. You must know that. There's all sorts of reasons and proofs and all that stuff that's outside of this video. What we're going to do now is modify this. You can have this one memorized, the next thing that's coming up memorized, or you can come up with it too if you want to be fancy. If you divide each term by cosine squared, sine squared over cosine squared gives you tangent squared. Cosine squared over cosine squared gives you 1, and 1 over cosine squared gives you secant squared. So this is a fancy way of sort of coming up with this second Pythagorean identity without having to memorize anything. Thank goodness. I hate memorizing things. So sine over cosine tangent, cosine over cosine 1, 1 over cosine secant. So you get tangent squared plus 1 equals secant squared, which we can take this and we can substitute this over here. So instead of writing secant squared, we write tangent squared plus 1. Ooh. Now when we drop those unnecessary parentheses, we can take this and we can cancel again. Boop and boop. And now when those two cancel, notice what we're left with is the 1 that we were looking for. Huzzah! And now I think I can do a happy face emoji. Boop! No? There it is. Yes, because we're happy. So that's what you're looking for. My name is Pi James. This is sort of the basic process as to how to approach this particular trigonometric identity. There's 1,001 more ideas and strategies, and please contact me if you'd like to learn more about them. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.